Welcome to Tech Talk Simplified. I'm Wally Gustafson. I lead innovation and artificial intelligence at Reese USA. Today's question is, what is Terraform? By definition, Terraform is an open source infrastructure as code tool created by HashiCorp. Terraform lets you define resources and infrastructure in human-readable declarative statements. But this is Tech Talk Simplified. Simply put, Terraform allows you to establish complex software configurations in the cloud by simply telling Terraform what you want to build. Let's take a moment to define a few of the terms I just mentioned. Infrastructure as code. That's just another way of saying infrastructure created by code. You write code to define the infrastructure versus writing code and executing multi-part setups to build the infrastructure manually. If you're wondering what I mean by infrastructure, let's discuss that as well. Infrastructure is everything that's interconnected to run your software. Think about a house. The infrastructure can include the foundation, walls, the roof. Everything that makes your house a house essentially is the infrastructure. It's no different when it comes to a finished software product. You have servers, clusters, buckets, actions. They all work together to deliver what you see on your computer monitor. That's software infrastructure. I mentioned declarative statements. What do I mean by that? Terraform uses programming code called HCL, which stands for HashiCorp Configuration Language. HCL lets you define the requirements for your software infrastructure through statements, and it handles the often complex setup. Examples of HCL declarative statements might be: create an S3 bucket, create a Lambda function, set the S3 bucket as the source of the Lambda function code. Let's go back to the house example for a simplified analogy for how terraforming works. Rather than build the house yourself, you write code to define building the house, and it gets built for you. Here's what code might look like if you were terraforming building a house. Start with create a foundation for the house. Size 1,500 square feet. Material equals concrete. Construct the walls of the house. Material equals brick. Height equals 9 feet. Install the roof on your house. Material equals slate. Color equals red. And so on. You define everything you need to build the house, run the code, and presto, you got a house. And you didn't need to know how to build the house. You just needed to know HCL to write the declarative statements. And simplified, that's how terraforming works. Let's recap. Terraform is an open source infrastructure as code tool. Infrastructure as code means infrastructure created by code. Infrastructure represents everything that goes into making your code work in the final product. Terraform uses HCL, or HashiCorp Configuration Language, to create infrastructures through declarative statements. Examples of declarative statements would be create an S3 bucket, create a Lambda function, or in the case of the house example, create a foundation, or install a roof. And that's it. You're a pseudo Terraform expert. Thanks for joining. We'll see you next time.